Hey everybody, this is Joseph Pasek, and welcome back to the On the Mat Wrestling Show here on the Fired Up Network with Jimmy Korderas and Donnie DaSilva. Today, we're previewing Money in the Bank, one of a lot of people's new favorite premier live event, not pay-per-view, okay, Donnie? Not pay-per-view, premier live event. I don't know what that means, but whatever. Okay, let's get to the card. I mean, you everybody knows it's a pay-per-view. They decide to change it to premier live event, but
you're not paying per view. You're paying for a month of lots of stuff to view. That's why it's not a pay-per-view. It literally isn't.
Does this guy work for WWE now?
No, I just know the English language.
All right. Okay, let's talk about the men's Money in the Bank. Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and Jimmy's favorite, El Grande Americano, Donnie.
I have two picks in this match. I have two picks. Everyone in the world thinks Seth Rollins is going to win. If Seth Rollins wins, I will wear my Psycho Clown mask for the next month. I don't think Seth Rollins is going to win. Because there's just too many other side stories to keep him from doing that. So I don't see that happen. Just like everyone was predicting CM Punk was going to win, he's not even in the match. To me, there's two logical storyline choices. One is the one that Jimmy's probably going to reference, so you probably should have gone to him first, but that's Grande Americano. Okay. And the other one that makes complete sense from a story perspective, who is actually my undercover dark horse favorite, is Solo Sikoa.
That's who I'm picking.
That's who I think. Those are the only two guys that make sense story-wise, right? Like Andrade, why is he even there? LA Knight, why is he even there? Who else is in this thing?
Penta,
he doesn't need this. He's so over. He doesn't need this. How's he gonna surf walk to the ring holding a briefcase? No, it's stupid. Stupid.
Yeah. If you look at Solo Sikoa, and this is why I'm picking Solo Sikoa, because it sort of ties in to me coming back and The Rock sort of screwing John Cena's. They're, Solo Sikoa family rock. So, but I digress. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, excuse me. Let me clear my throat. And no, Solo Sikoa makes sense from the grand scheme of things as far as story goes, because as you know, WWE is very story oriented, and it makes sense. I know a lot of people are thinking, well, Seth Rollins is a logical choice. No, the logical thing in that match is CM Punk costing him the Money in the Bank. That's what makes the most sense there for Seth Rollins, in my opinion. But the one I'd love to see win this one is El Grande Americano, and he wins that briefcase. And guess what he carries around in his briefcase when he's El Grande Americano? The AAA Mega Championship.
Not bad.
I was on board with that until I put on the Penta mask. Now I feel like I might have to cheer for Penta.
Oh, my God.
I'm just saying,
You should keep it on. You should keep it on. Next, the ladies match. We'll start off with Jimmy here. Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Julia, Naomi, and Stephanie Vaquera.
For me, this one is who benefits the most from this. Obviously, Rhea Ripley doesn't. Stephanie Vaquera, I know a lot of people are thinking her, but she doesn't. Too soon, in my opinion, for her. And it always works best when the Money in the Bank briefcase is on a heel. And you have that opportunity cash in at any time that can go awry and whatever. So for me, Naomi, I'm looking at Naomi for this one because her heel work right now is fantastic. She's dived right into it, and it almost like fits her like a glove, in my opinion, to have the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Donnie?
Yeah, it really does. I'll be honest with you. I feel like this Money in the Bank match, the women's match, is missing a lot of star power. I feel like there's a lot of women that probably should be in this match. Naomi has never been more poised for a big win in her entire WWE career, ever. right? There's never been a time when the story dictated she should go over. However, that almost makes me think that's why she won't go over. And that'll just lead to her descending further into her madness. It's possible. We'll see. She's got to be the odds-on favorite. If you want to go with another pick, I mean, it's almost a pick 'em at this point. Rhea Ripley doesn't need it, even though a lot of fans will say she's the favorite. Roxanne Perez, if she got it, you could do some really interesting stuff with her, but I don't think she gets it right now. Alexa Bliss, I don't know what they're doing with Alexa Bliss. They could do something with this if that's what they wanted to do. I always think, though, and Jimmy and I have discussed this, the Money in the Bank is 1,000 times more intriguing when a heel wins it.
Yeah.
If a babyface wins it, you almost want to see them cash it in right away, like Liv Morgan did a couple of years ago. She won the Money in the Bank. She cashed it in that night on Ronda Rousey, right? That's kind of the way you want to see a babyface use it.
Right.
Stephanie and Julia, no. It's too soon.
Okay, so let's go to the ladies' intercontinental title match. Laura Valkyria versus the man, Becky Lynch. And I'm telling you right now, Becky Lynch is going to win.
Jim?
Oh, me? This one's a toss-up for me. I'm trying to get more invested in this match, and like I was telling Donnie the other day, okay, Lyra is getting more comfortable on the microphone. She's starting to feel her presentation she seems more comfortable. Let's put it that way. She seems more comfortable. She seems more confident, but she still needs a ways to go. She's not there yet. Becky, I'm not sure I'm on board with this current iteration of her character. There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me, and I'm trying to put my finger on it, and eventually maybe I will, but I haven't yet, and that's what's hurting me. Get my interest in this match, really. And if I had to pick a winner, I think, again, we talk about who needs it and who doesn't. Becky is still one of those people who doesn't need it, but I don't know if Lyra is going to benefit any more than she already has from her previous victory against Becky. So,
which was really,
I will pick Lyra.
Like, do you really think she got elevated by that previous win? She's kind of just flatlined.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like I'm sort of echoing Jimmy's statements. I feel like Lyra and Becky are both missing something right now. Both of them are, It's almost as if they would have been better off booked as a tag team. Oh, wait, we tried that. That worked for one night.
For one night, yeah.
For one night, that was pretty good booking. Yeah, I don't know, man. To me, if Becky's not going to win, why redo the PLE match that we just saw on the last PLE? When these shows only have 4 or 5 matches, and these two ladies are doing the same match 2 shows in a row, I find it hard to get excited. And if Becky's not winning, then I'm going to be cheesed that I sat through it.
That's all right. So let's get to the main event. Cody and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Jimmy's favorite, Logan Paul. Jimmy?
Hey, how did you know Logan Paul was my favorite?
I know you like Logan, and you're a Paul wannabe, like a Taylor Swiftie and everything like that. Come on.
Oh man, the secret's out. Stop it, Joe. You're giving away my secrets. Man, this one is interesting.
Norm Rumack. Norm Rumack loves them. Sorry.
Okay. This match is very interesting because you talk about options and different scenarios and different ways you can go. There's a lot of possibilities in this one, having the 2 main champions tagging together against their 2 main rivals. Oh, no, wait. One champion on one side. I'm confused here. Hold on. Sorry. Because on my paper here, it's got Cody and Jey Uso versus John Cena. So I got Jey and John side by side, which it's Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. Logan Paul is someone who doesn't have any business being as good as he is right now for someone who has as few reps as he's had, and someone grasps and understands the wrestling business from psychology standpoint and storytelling standpoint and character standpoint. It's amazing his progression in such little time. That being said, I think here, yeah, I wish I had a choice. I mean, like, I'm all over the map here. I'm trying to think. Well, I could see Cody pinning John Cena to set up the rematch between them. I could see Logan Paul pinning Jey Uso to set up a match between those two. You know what? I'm going to go with Cody defeating John Cena, and then John Cena trying to wreck wrestling after that.
Hold on, before Donnie says it would make sense. Hunter has a match with Jay on Monday. Would make sense if he comes out and sort of helps Logan and John Cena there. That's Donnie, you say.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're going to get into real specific booking decisions. Is that possible? Of course it's possible. Does it need to happen? No, because you have enough star power between Cena and Logan Paul as heels. They both cheat and fight dirty to win, which is one of the things I really like about both of them as heel characters. They're not just trying to be cool. They both cheat to win, which is what heels are supposed to do. I don't have a clue. Like, Jimmy and I discussed this one on this week's show. I don't have a clue where they go with this match, because if the goal is to set up Cena versus Cody immediately, then to me, you have Cody pin Cena. If you don't want to go to that immediately, then to me, you have, say, Logan pin Cody or Logan pin Jay, and then you run that, right? There's a lot of ways you can go. It just depends on what their plan is. If Cena doesn't go to Cody right now, who does he go to? Who's next on Cena's retirement tour? Right. I don't know if they're going to revisit Randy, because it hasn't been mentioned once since the last PLE. Even though I'd love to see them run that back. I don't know. I don't know where you go with Randy with John Cena right now if it's not Cody. That doesn't mean I think it's the right decision. I just don't know where else you go.
No.
So if they're going into Cody now, which I think is premature, then have Cody pin Cena.
Because don't forget, we got, I believe we got one Premier Live event before SummerSlam, and that's in Saudi Arabia, June 28th, and then SummerSlam August 2nd, 3rd, and New York, MetLife. You want to have a big main event there. So sorry, go ahead, Jimmy.
No. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. Is there also a Saturday night's main event thrown in there somewhere?
Yes, I think there's Saturday night's main event, July 12th, to pose All In from AEW.
Oh, that's right.
And there is a Great American.
I wonder how that happened.
It's just an accident, Jim.
Yeah,
it was all by accident. Yes,
this is coincidental.
Yeah. That's it. They forced All In or AEW to change the time till 3:00. So what does WWE do? Okay, we're going to put the Great American Bash at 3:00.
In fairness, they didn't force them to change the time. They didn't force them to change the time. Tony Khan just decided he didn't want to go head to head.
Yeah.
So he decided to run an afternoon show, and then they said, "Oh, P.S. We're running an afternoon show too."
Yeah.
And it's crazy how much trouble they're having selling tickets for that All In, man. It is wild to me, but anyway.
Wouldn't you want to watch All In over the Great American Bash, or, well, they're not going the same time, over Saturday Night Main Event? Like, All In is technically one of the WrestleManias of AEW. I don't know which one is AEW's WrestleMania, because it's 6 hours long every show, pay-per-view. So
let's put it this way. Let's ask a pragmatic question. Forget about the gatekeeping of professional wrestling fans. You're a pro wrestling fan, you watch all companies, right? Exactly. You have to make a choice on a Saturday what you're going to watch. All In, which is going to cost you $65, or Saturday night's main event, which is free. I don't know. And if you're a regular fan who wants to also have a life on a Saturday night, you might want to watch Saturday night's main event and then hit the bar and have a drink or go out for dinner with your lady, as opposed to sitting there till 1 a.m. watching 25-minute matches. I don't know.
Or people tuning into the Fired Up Network and listening to Huge Pop Show. That's what they do on Saturday. Yeah, Jimmy does that, all right? There's no Maple Leafs. There's no Stanley Cup with Maple Leafs and Night in Canada and all that. And it's not Wednesday where they get super kick at a bar there, okay? Where
Right.
and hamburgers are not $25. Remember that.
No, well, Wednesday nights now have become 4-hour extravaganzas. So
That's right.
at least for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
nonsense.
Before we close it out, last time I believe the news broke of Ron the Truth killings being released and all that. But today, I don't know if you guys have heard it. Donnie, have you heard that they're talking to Roman Reigns about a haircut? Put it that way. He's making $50 million a year, and they want him to make substantially less. And Roman Reigns then called me and said, "I need Mitch Marner's number because if he wants 15 mil, never mind." All right. First of all, I'll go with Donnie. What do you think of R-Truth being released? It's cold. Put it that way. It's cold. He was main eventing and everything like that. But go ahead.
I'm just curious, who's the source on that Roman Reigns story?
Well, I'll tell you off there.
No, but it's published, right? It's a published story.
I don't know. I don't know if any. That's why I asked you if you've seen it or anything. No. I don't know if
I haven't heard that story, and I don't know if Jimmy has. If someone published that, I would bet my microphone it's bullshit. I don't buy it because the primary reason that WWE pulled out of the funk they were in 2019 and the first half of the pandemic. If you could point to one person, it's Roman Reigns.
No, it's Paul Heyman.
It's Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman doesn't bump. It's Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman may be the mastermind behind the whole thing, but someone has to go out there and execute it. Roman Reigns put the whole goddamn company on his back and said, "Let's go." So that can never be forgotten as far as I'm concerned. You know, what he did for that company is undeniable as far as I'm concerned. So I don't know, man. As far as the R-Truth thing, I'm not even sure what to say about it. I feel like everything has already been said in terms of like everyone loves the guy. You know, everyone loves R-Truth. He's unilaterally loved. We did get word. Jimmy had heard that Truth was offered a contract to stay, but it was for less money. And he said, "No, I'm good. Thank you." If I was going to bet, I would think at some point R-Truth ends up back in WWE in some capacity. Maybe not the way he was before, but in some way, shape, or form.
And they always talk about Ric Flair and John Cena 17 times. What did R-Truth win? The 24/7 like 58 times?
And that's in the record book.
Yeah. He took it and he defended it on the 401 or something like that. But Jimmy, you've been with WWE for over 20 years and all that. Sometimes when this happens with R-Truth, how surprised, and they were talking about, oh my God, they're shocked. Is this real or whatever? How surprised are the boys and ladies backstage?
I think to a certain extent they're surprised, but most of them have been around long enough that stuff like this is more upsetting to them because of someone like an R-Truth who is so well liked, as opposed to surprised.
Yeah.
That being because they understand the nature now, especially in a corporate environment like the WWE, TKO, and Endeavor is right now. It's more likely to happen in that form or fashion. Now, like I said, I understand that he was offered a new deal that was negotiating for a while, and it was for less money, and he decided not to go with that, and that's his prerogative and perfect. And my belief is, when people say, well, he was in that Saturday night's main event match against John Cena in the main event and all that stuff. My theory, I don't know this for a fact, but my theory is because of the negotiations and not going the way they like, and it looked like that R-Truth was set to part ways with the WWE, at least for the time being, that they gave R-Truth this moment as a thank you for all your hard work and all your service over the years. And then R-Truth went out the right way the next week by putting JC Mateo over, which is what you do on your way out. So they gave him the thank you, and then thanks again for doing the right thing on the way out. And I think Donnie's right. You're going to see him in some form or fashion. I mean, look, they got guys like Titus O'Neil doing the ambassador role. Big E does the pre-shows and the post-shows on the PLEs and stuff like that. So there's multiple opportunities for him. It doesn't have to be just in ring.
All right, so I'm going to close it out because last time when you were on, as I mentioned, they should induct all referees into the WWE Hall of Fame. I've gotten 17 emails about that, and it says, "Hi Joe, great job, and great to have you." Why? Can you tell me why they haven't inducted one referee in the WWE? And you're right. If there is one, it should be Jimmy Korderas. Now, are you going to keep the ring or give it to Donnie? That's all I want to know, because Donnie now, he's a focus now. He'll put the ring in the mask and everything like that. So,
Hey, Donnie's my bro, but guess what? The ring stays with me.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't want his ring.
I may make him kiss the ring.
That's it. But honestly, if they do that next year or a year after, take me through your thought and all that, because it's been, how many years have you not refereed, put it that way?
With the WWE since 2009. So, time has passed. So I'm thinking, what is it? 16 years now. My goodness, where did the time go?
Yeah, but Joe, he refereed on TV 2 weeks ago for TNA.
Yeah, I know. He was there with Santino and everybody like that.
Yeah.
Prominent match.
Yeah.
The only,
you should have had a huge pop shirt on. Come on, referee, and put a side patch there, a huge pop. I take royalties on that. Come on.
That would be cool, but I think I'd have to deal with Tommy Dreamer after that, and I don't want to do that.
No, don't
he's king of hardcore. So
Stone, me and him are friends, so I could have got it with you there, right? So, but how was that experience?
No, that was amazing. Being there with everybody from TNA, they were so welcoming, and everybody was so friendly, and it was cool. And I got to bring my wife along, and she had a blast. Getting to see some old friends like Matt Hardy and people like that, and then getting to meet some new friends. Like Mike Santana is amazing. Got to meet the Trick NA champion as well, which was kind of cool. And meeting old friends and also getting to make new friends. It was kind of the best of both worlds. What can I tell you?
That's it. All right, Donnie, you close it out here. How can everybody get a hold of Huge Pop Show?
Pretty simple. Just go to hugepopradio.com. There you will find access to everything. You'll find access to all of our episodes, all of our affiliates, all of our sponsors, all of our social media. It's all there. You can also, of course, go to the Fired Up Network, and you'll find us there as well. We're a proud partner with the Fired Up Network. But yeah, man, if you're brand new to our show, to Huge Pop, I'm going to say this proudly and without any form of hyperbole. And Jimmy, if I'm being unfair, you can call me out. There's a lot of people out there that do what we do. There's a lot of people out there that are interviewing professional wrestlers and doing that sort of thing. I don't think anyone's doing it better than we are. Anybody.
And that's why I just picked the best. The referee who should be in the Hall of Fame, and Donnie, we go back 30 years, so you should be in the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, okay? So that's all.
And then y'all kiss my ring.
There you go.
That's it. Don't forget, Money in the Bank happens this Saturday, 7 p.m., like you can see on here, and let's hope for a great, great premier live event. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Joe.